The last two archetypes consisted of nothing but monsters, yet this one consists of nothing but spell cards. This time around we have 5 spell cards, commonly known as the Book of Power archetype. And this archetype was commonly used by various users throughout Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, 5Ds, and Zexal. Well, only 3 out of 5 of these cards were actually properly used, maybe 4. Well, anyway, let's go on to the archetype, since this archetype is actually one of the more famous tech archetypes, as one of their cards was actually on the limited list for quite some time. And we start off with the normal spell, Book of Tayo. This is a normal spell which allows you to flip a face-down monster on the field into face-up attack position. Yeah, if this seems underwhelming, well, that's because it mostly is. Yeah, this didn't see a whole lot of utility other than flipping your flip effect monsters back into face-up attack position to reapply their flip effects multiple times per turn. And yeah, it was fine for what it did, and it only saw some brief play in some flip-based decks. Mainly sub-tiers now can benefit from it due to Guru's effect being actually pretty decent to pull off. Although once Guru is flipped face up, he usually wants to remain face up because he is important for maintaining a lockdown effect. So yeah, well, and for that you would only need 1 copy, while the other copies will surely be used later on as discard fodder. So yeah, Book of Tayo is nothing too amazing. It's more amazing is its nocturnal counterpart, that being Book of Moon. This is a quick play spell this time around, and it has the exact same effect as Book of Tayo, only reversed, as it targets a face-up monster and changes it to face-down defense position. And yeah, as you can see, that was actually a really popular way to shut down monster effects. By a simple, quickly timed Book of Moon can basically shut down a huge number of plays, as it can basically prevent the monster effects from going off and basically mess up the opponent's entire game plan. So yeah, because of this, it's no wonder it spent so many years on the limited list. Nowadays you can run 3 of it like the good old days, but unfortunately the meta has passed way beyond its prime, and nowadays it's mostly replaced by mass spinning cards such as Ultimate Conductor Tyranno as well. So yeah, but it can occasionally still be a great tech choice. So yeah, you make sure to run at least 1 or 2 of these, at least in your side deck. Then we have Book of Eclipse, which is another quick play, which has the effect to change all face-up monsters on the field to face-down defense position, and during the end phase of this turn, change as many face-down defense position monsters your opponent controls to attack position and then face-up, and then your opponent draws cards equal to the number of monsters changed face-up by this effect. Literally, it's just a mass Book of Moon, which is cute, I guess, but again, the horrendous downside of your opponent drawing a bunch of cards, if your deck, again, is not built around the fact that your opponent has to draw a lot of cards, makes this one a complete bust. Also, it's completely replaced nowadays by, again, Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, and if you're really tolerating the mass draw effect upon being flipped face up, you might also find some love within Gabrion the Time Lord, which basically has a better effect for the same kind of drawback. So yeah, Book of Eclipse nowadays is completely disposable. Next up, we have their newest piece of support, another quick play book of Lunar Eclipse, which is basically the same as Book of Moon, except you are allowed to target 2 face-up monsters and change them face down for the price of discarding a card. And yeah, I would say that this would completely replace Book of Moon if it wasn't for one simple detail, and that is that you are allowed to target 2 face-up monsters and not up to 2, so meaning you have to target exactly 2 monsters. So Yeah, this still makes Book of Moon the superior choice in my opinion. But if your opponent is summoning a whole bunch of monsters, you can't go wrong with a few copies of this, at least in your side deck, because again, these things are mainly side deck tools, if anything. And our last card for today is Book of Life, which is a normal spell, again, just like Book of Tayo. And this one allows you to target a zombie monster in your graveyard and one monster in your opponent's graveyard, and special summon the first target and banish the second target. And yeah, judging from the previous books, this one seems the most unusual of the bunch, as all of the books of power basically had some focus on flipping a monster face up or face down, and here comes this, which is a complete turnaround from this effect. And yeah, this one came around the same time as Book of Tayo and Moon, so yeah. But disregarding that discrepancy, this is actually a really good card. It's literally just an alternate monster reborn for zombie-based decks, which also disrupts the opponent's graveyard. So yeah, there's no reason not to love it. So yeah, even though the game has caught up with its antics a long time ago, and it doesn't see as much play as it used to because of the game speeding up immensely and the graveyard not becoming as relevant as it once was, mainly in 2015. People still cite this thing in their zombie-based decks if they're a bit short on revival effects. So absolutely treat yourself to a couple of these in your side deck at least. And that was the Book of Power archetype, which I actually really like. It's basically the artwork is the biggest culprit in why people like this archetype so much. It's just so vibrant, and it basically gives the importance of having at least one of these in your deck for emergency sake as well. It will also be reflected in the thumbnail as well, because the thumbnail for this archetype analysis is vastly different compared to the standard style thumbnail I usually do for these kinds of videos. And I chose this variant because I conveniently found all 5 renders of all 5 books of power online, and decided to make this into a thing, because the original style thumbnail would look really silly for this archetype. It would basically look like one giant Ouija board, and I already have a thumbnail like that with the Forbidden board, with the Destiny board archetypes. So yeah, I actually used to play a copy of Book of Moon way back in the day. Might add it again. Who knows? Well, we'll just have to see how this thing goes. I'm currently actually underdoing a major reconstruction of my Fortune Lady deck, and it's still in progress. I'm still ironing out a few things, but it's gonna be great. Anyway, yeah, that was the Book of Power archetype. I only have one more archetype analysis to go until I'm completely caught up with absolutely everything. Hopefully, absolutely everything, now that the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime archetypes have put out. So yeah. Anyway, I'll see what comes as the next upload. Hopefully, I get to upload the next part of Persona 5 Strikers, because that upload speed issue is absolutely torturing me now. So yeah, but then again, these simple short videos are also a blast to make sometimes. Anyway, I've rambled on for long enough. I'll cut myself off. So thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos and updates. Comment, like, and subscribe. Be sure to check out my Patreon when you got the time. Maybe drop a few donations if you feel like it. And as usual, I'll upload the next video whenever I can. So see you all and have a good day. Peace.